Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a few messages for you. There's some talk of you being a demonstrator. This is the second or third time that these nihilists have mentioned it. You are moving in a way that they have not seen before. You're blazing a trail. You're leading by example. They're not accustomed to this. One of these entities asked another, you want to connect? They're trying to hitch a ride on your energy and on your consciousness. They need a host flesh suit to house their collective energy. The time was 11:11 p.m. and the curator was talking about a hidden agenda. These masculines are very, very needy. They can't make it unless they acquire the merchandise that belongs to the earth angels. It's this greed and this need that drive them. She's an amateur, they're saying. And yet you are a demonstrator. It's like you're coming out of left field. You are moving in a way that they have not seen before. You may not even know exactly why you're being led to do this or that. And you know, you're connected to the divine, to the Most High. And so they've got you moving in such a way that is not trackable, traceable, or programmable, or copyable, because you're always switching it up. You could be experimenting with different electrolytes and food substances, and then observing how that affects your energy and your output. You don't have a set pattern. One of these masculines said to another, I might just have you praying with me while everyone is gone. Pray, P-R-A-Y, is to pray, P-R-E-Y, on others. Their idea of prayer is to use the power of the word to curse people and to extract their benefit. They use rote, R-O-T-E, which is a repetitive speech pattern, into the mindset of an organic creator being. And they believe that if they do this enough, that the mind of this organic creator being will manifest their desire for them. It's a war over consciousness. They have to use your mind in order to generate their illusions. That's why they want your genetics, because they want to become more like you and have these abilities. But these abilities aren't in your genetics, it's in your soul. And they don't have that unless you give it over. And you haven't. So they plant these seeds of destruction subliminally for many who can't hear audibly. Into the minds of the collective. They do this in many ways. They speak into the collective field that is shared by many. They also have movies and online sort of presences. It's in the songs. I was thinking about that yesterday as I was driving around. or the day before or whatever, how I turned on the radio and it was the same old stuff, man, from 30 years ago. And I'm like, wow, I'm listening to this song and it's like, hey, get into our party, you know? So you come into this party zone and it's like playing the same music that it's been playing for the last 30 years. So you go back in time and then you groove with that beat. And where are you mentally? You're like playing into their party. You're adding your energy into their program as you enjoy it. rather than, creating your own music or citing your own prayers and intentions into the world. You are looping within their set programming. It was really obvious to me as I was flipping through the channels and listening to the same old, different days, same crap. So I shut the radio off. Because I don't want to repeat another cycle. So yeah, they have to hack into the minds of the organic human creator and then run through that mind a command or a phrase or a prayer in order for it to be created. They need people to believe the thought implants, to claim them as their own, and then to act on them. Through fear, anger, greed, they drive others to generate their fantasies. War is a really good substance because they can jack everybody's emotional body out of whack, and then they're more easily controllable. One of these nihilists, narcissists, misogynists said they can't believe what they're reading. They've received documentation and they just can't believe what it is. A while back, they were talking about some kind of a legacy that a particular feminine was creating and leaving with the world. They need an appetizer and they need to be hooked on. It's like this is a parasitical entity needing to attach to the etheric body and then suck out the life force essence. They're calling someone an entrepreneur, which is an individual who creates a new business bearing most of the risk and then enjoying most of the reward. They feel that they can somehow knock you down, latch onto you, and gain access to these rewards. Commanding your mind. They're having difficulty commanding your mind. They need to somehow latch on, get in, program, or just do away with you altogether. They're saying that you're a business manager. They see you as this, or it could be a software program that you utilize. They want to claim someone else's flesh suit and then claim that personality and perform the tasks that this personality does. They want to act like this person, even though they are severely underqualified to be this person. Someone is angry, and they're calling a feminine a sympathizer. They have deceitfully convicted and punished others wrongfully for profit. They get into the minds of the people and then they drive them into certain behavioral patterns and addictions, and then they go in for the end strike, car crash or some kind of a violent fight or something, and then they take over the whatever they had going for them. So this feminine is a sympathizer. She sees the truth of the deceit and of the wrongful convictions and incarcerations or whatever. And it's like she has the authority as a dignitary to release this fraudulent conviction. I don't know how to do that, one of these narcissists was saying. We'll just leave them as one of this, he said. We'll just leave them as one of this. Again, they're trying to tamper with or command and control another's experience and position in the world. Someone is destitute, penniless, in need, poor, a peasant. They have no money or possessions. Maybe that's what they're talking about. We'll just leave them as one of this, as a destitute person. Maybe that's the judgment. Take it as it resonates. Something about the federal government. Join us, I heard someone say. They're trying to gain followers. Look at that, someone exclaimed. It was a masculine. These ones feel humiliated, and it's her fault. Her fault, his fault, their fault. Anyone who has helped move against this monstrosity. They're blaming those who pushed back successfully. Testimony, they said. They're concerned about your witnessing and your knowing. Firsthand, irrefutable evidence has been obtained. Through firsthand, horrific experiences and, witness. So then I'm not sure if it was something you can do about it or nothing you can do about it. But that's what was going on there. They're talking about electrify, to revitalize or to electrocute. I think it's that. So we've got the one who has all authority, he who embodies the essence of the sun, like so many do, and yet he's, the king of that highest heavenly mountain, as I know him to be. And it's like you can look him in the face and accept the blaze of the sun within your center, or apparently you can just get electrified and 86 right out of your flesh suit or something. They're saying, cut him off, and hunting everybody. And she's embarrassing everybody. So it's like she cut somebody off and she's going after everyone who there's really no words for what had been done by these ones. There's just no words for it. You can't. To describe it would be to minimize the horror of it. So anyway, there's a divine feminine out there and she's embarrassing everybody. She's hunting them down and she's cutting them off, and it could be that she's electrifying them. Maybe she also has this fire, this essence of the sun within her. Anyhow, they're very embarrassed because these are masculines who considered themselves gods. They sex trafficked the mothers of souls. They brutalized the children, and they thought that nobody would ever be able to compete with them. But here comes this divine feminine, and she's just knocked the crap out of everybody, and they're embarrassed. So they're accusing the truth teller, this one providing testimony, who has witnessed and bore the scars and the wounds of the experience of these ones. They're accusing her of embarrassing them because she's testifying as to the experience. And this embarrassment is coming from their own action being revealed, being seen. They're embarrassed by their own self, their own emotional imbalance that is occurring by actually hearing the truth being spoken out loud. They're calling her a messenger, a transmitter, receiver. Apparently, you've got all the gifts. They're real concerned over how you manage yourself and your gifts. They want desperately to control and to manage them. They don't want you out here speaking freely with Source Divine flowing through you as it does, you know, this essence of the sun. And they don't want people listening to you. These ones decide to come into the room, the mental body, in the midnight hour. They have all kinds of horrible intentions, and somehow the owner of the room or the field of awareness that they wish to control, this particular aspect of consciousness, isn't supposed to be talking about these intrusive experiences. The freedom to discuss the peeping toms, the voyeurs, the trespassers of individual consciousness, those who hijack and steal these intellectual properties flowing there. They plant threats into this space constantly, seeded into the spaces of these organic human creators in an attempt to get the organic mind to create their fantasy of destruction and to accept the cursing over their life. I saw a human-like masculine figure. They had like bronze sort of goldish pants on. They were smooth, and it didn't really look like fabric. It looked more like a bodysuit, or yeah, so it looked like more like a bodysuit because it was form-fitting, like there was, and then the top part was also like that, very form-fitting, and it was bronze, gold, and a copper color, slightly different, but it had these scallops, you know, and there were layers of them through down the arms and down the torso. And different species or garments or whatever. They appeared to be spying on this Earth woman. Take a picture anyhow, he said, or someone said. It's like photographing is forbidden in this territory or in this space, but they are in the territory doing it anyway. They're gathering pictures, and then they're using these pictures on their altars to do magic or whatnot. I saw a big house. It had double wide garage doors, 2 of them. They were like a darker brown color, and it looked like the house could have been made of brick, different colors of brick. It was really, really pretty, and it was raining really, really hard on that house. Now, house is, you know, these entities, they call the flesh suit of a human being a house because it houses the soul, it houses the spirit. Okay, so when you see a house in these visions, it could definitely represent that. Now, this is a well-off house. It was a beautiful house. It had 2 big garages made of brick. You know how the 3 little pigs, I'm gonna huff and I'm gonna puff and I'm gonna blow your house down. Well, anyway, this house, there was a big old whole bunch of rain coming down on that house. So whether somebody's experiencing some karma or what, I don't know. Please take it as it resonates. Their house is made of brick, so it could be weathering this storm pretty good. I don't know, really, because the rain was coming down real hard. And brick has, it's put together with cement or something, which could be of a lesser quality when it comes to stability. The nihilist narcs are talking about a safety net. Apparently, someone came up to you to tell you how much they love you, but you knew right away that they were insincere, and you told them so. They were lying. The truth is getting easier to see. It's like their word magic isn't working anymore. They're not able to, what is that called? well, they're not able to, you know, do something with your mind, with their words anymore, their act. Then there was a song, my boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey, my boyfriend's back. There's something about studies and the higher realms. The reflection of this person is done, one of the nihilists said, which is mirroring, studying, and copying. They want to transfer someone of service. They want to claim a representative's life and identity that comes with clout, authority, wealth, and status. Clairvoyant, they say that you are. You can see into the future. When's the last time you... Now, I don't know what they're talking about. I really don't want to know, but there you go. Bigoted, they have been labeled as, which is obstinately, unreasonably attached to a belief or an opinion. They're prejudiced and or antagonistic toward a person based on their associations. They don't agree with what you got going on, and they think they should just smack you down and change your mind for you. They're biased, they're discriminating, they're narrow-minded, they're distorted, they're twisted, and dogmatic. A lot of people can stay that way, one of them said. Whatever that means. A lot of people can stay that way. Well, you can stay whatever way you want, unless the divine says otherwise. So, you know, if people want to stay angry, they can go ahead and do that, because the other day they're talking about a parallel universe. So there is a separation happening, you know. If people want to stay angry and violent, they can go to the universe is going to embody that. If they want to be loved, then they can do that too, you know. They're saying that you are 99 percentile. You don't make any mistakes when it comes to seeing as a clairvoyant. You are accurate and true with what you report, your testimonies. You can see through the act and the fraud easily. Somebody, they unalived themselves. These ones think that because you're refusing to let them remain in your energy, that it means you're resentful. The fact of the matter is, you just don't want to deal with the drama and the attempts to create trauma for life anymore. There's no resentment. It's a simple retraction of permission to be present and play in your energy, or in the energy of your territory, your home, whatever it is that you got going on. They think you must resent them, and it's like, no, I just don't want to play with you anymore. Please stop trying to force me to play. I just don't want to play with you. And they're like, you resent me. And I'm like, I resent the fact that you keep pushing in. You know, when you've been repeatedly told there's no invitation here. Go focus on something else. You want to be loved, and these ones want to control your ability to be such a thing, to share such an energy. They prefer to bring you antagonistic efforts and chaos. You no longer accept these low vibrational gifts. Yet they continue to try to push in and force you to take on that energy, to allow its disruption in your toroidal field. They want to control you and your essence and the presentation that it emits into the world. They want their chaos in your energetic field. They don't want the purity of you to be witnessed by the collective. They've been attacking her, someone said. She's a soprano. someone said. She has achieved. She has an achievement. Somebody is shocked by a white rabbit. Somebody surrendered. So they're saying European. It could be your lineage, maybe European. They're calling you a dignitary, a person of high rank or office, an important and influential person, a luminary, a leading light, the big cheese, the big kahuna, top banana, the big chief. You're human. Those who were controlling the previous cycle were not human. They were in a flesh suit, but the energy or the essence within the flesh suit is not human. They are a parasitical entity. They plug it's like they're a mosquito or something, this huge mosquito, and they stick their pipe or their feeding tube into the etheric body of the organic humans, and then they suck the life force out of it. That's what they do. They farmed humans and used their energy as a commodity, a resource. They see them as animals, as chattel. The curator was asked some time ago by, I believe, his ancestors or whatever, why he did it. Or maybe it was the courts. And he said, because it's energy, and energy is life. So he was in the market of selling life of organic humans who actually were the creators of their own vital force, connected to the divine prime creator. And he was harvesting it out of them and giving it to dense, low vibrational beings for money. It was a business. So now they have the audacity to ask for mercy, while at the same time in shadow speaking of prostituting the energy and tinkering with its genetics. So they respectfully ask for mercy. They play the victim because they're getting a return on what they have been putting in the world, and they want mercy. And at the same time, in the subliminals, they're discussing what they will do once you give them mercy and be friends again. It's really crazy, man. They're very vicious and cruel to humans and to the other organic life in this realm. Every word of love or a request for mercy is an act with an intent to remain connected with permission to tamper in the energy. It's deceitful role play. The humans, the organic humans, have risen and are claiming the earth, united, creating the golden globe of light. So these producers of life force, these vitalizers, these creators, the stars and the suns, who have the essence and the power of this sun within them, everything they touch is vitalized, is given, health. And there's no more harvesting of this. A while back, the divine said that this is the end of their relationship with batteries, which is what they see every organic life form here as. Even the mother itself, the earth mother itself, all the nutrients and the life force that's in the plants and the trees and all of that, they've been doing that too. They're talking about the masculine and how they were conquered. So, few days back, I heard, and I think it was spiritual court, these ones were accused of chemically castrating the masculines. Their agenda was transhumanism. They wanted to flip everything around, to twist it, to make the women, you know, carry the role of being their own protector and the protector of their children, you know, separated from the masculine who should have been in that role. Yet they were fed all these chemicals, their testosterone levels were messed with, and then they had this constant mind effery going on. So these ones were talking about how the masculine were conquered. But these divine feminines that were forced to be in that protective, you know, lead their own life, manage their own world, you know, connected with divine source, boy, they rose up. And it appears that they really effed these ones up. You know, they thought that they had it made, that they figured it out, you know, with their formulas, you know. Then I heard children, the word children. It was like a feminine was calling to the children. And she came from the side, like from my visual. There, from the side, she entered into the visual. There were some people walking toward me, some adults. And she walked into the front of this, and she walked about 2 rows back. And she picked up a child, like a 2-year-old child, and she had him in her arms. And then she came forward, and behind the first row, to the right, what would have been her right, there was a small, younger female, maybe about the age of 5, and she had very long hair and a beautiful creamy skin, you know, like in the middle of what my color is and brown skin. She had this beautiful creamy flesh, and so did the child, which to me signifies unification. But take that as it resonates. The girl child had this beautiful smile on her face, like it was safe to come out. You know, the mother went in, she retrieved the boy child, had him in her arms, retrieved the girl child, took her hand, and then started walking forward toward me, in taking the lead. And so that to me says that it's okay and safe for the children to be seen now. I hope that this brings clarification to something that perhaps you already intuitively knew, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.